Joseph meets his brothers, the first encounter. Have you ever seen someone from your past? Someone who hurt you deeply? Someone you thought you'd never see again? Joseph did, and it wasn't a stranger. It was his very own brothers. Years had passed since Joseph was thrown into the pit. Now he was second only to Pharaoh, dressed in fine linen, a royal seal on his hand. The famine grew worse across all the lands. Back in Canaan, Jacob and his sons were running out of food. Jacob said, "Go to Egypt. I hear there is grain there. Buy some so we may live and not die." So 10 brothers set out on the long journey to Egypt. Days turned into weeks, dust filled the air. Finally, they reached the great storehouses of Pharaoh.
"Look at the riches of this place. I've never seen anything like it. Quick, bow before the ruler. Show respect."
The brothers kneel low before Joseph's throne. They bowed down before him, just as Joseph had dreamed long ago. But they didn't recognize him. The young brother they betrayed now stood before them as Egypt's governor. Joseph recognized them instantly. Same voices, same faces, a little older, perhaps a little humbler. Joseph to himself, "Those are my brothers, all except Benjamin. And father, still at home?" He clenches his hands, fighting tears. His mind flooded with memories, the pit, the betrayal, the long years of slavery and prison. And yet, standing here, Joseph also saw how far God had brought him. Joseph, quietly, "They meant it for harm, but God turned it for good." Joseph took a deep breath and spoke with authority. "You are spies. You've come to see where our land is weak." The brothers were shocked. "No, my lord, we are honest men. Your servants came only to buy food." "Honest men? You say there are 12 of you?" Brother 3. "Yes, my lord. The youngest is with our father, and one is no more." Joseph's expression softens for a moment. They were speaking of him. Joseph turned away briefly, remembering the boy they had thrown away. But he needed to know if their hearts had changed. Joseph was firm. "Then prove it. One of you will stay here. The rest will go home and bring your youngest brother to me. Only then will I believe your story." The brothers looked at one another in fear. Whispers filled the hall. Brother 1. "This is punishment for what we did to Joseph. I told you not to harm the boy." Brother 2. "God has found out our guilt." They didn't know Joseph could understand every word. He was using an interpreter. Joseph turns aside, tears in his eyes. They remember after all these years. Then Joseph ordered Simeon to be taken and bound before their eyes. The others watched, trembling. Sound of chains, footsteps fading. Joseph commanded, "Fill their sacks with grain, return their money secretly, and send them home, but they must return with their youngest brother." The brothers left Egypt, their donkeys loaded with grain, but their hearts were heavy. As they stopped to rest, one of them opened a sack and gasped, "My silver! It's still here! He'll think we stole it!" They trembled with fear, not knowing that Joseph's kindness was behind it. Back home, Jacob wept when he heard their story. "You would take Benjamin too? Joseph is gone. Simeon is gone. Must I lose another son?" Joseph sat in the quiet of his palace that night. The hall was silent,
but his heart was loud with emotion. He had seen his brothers again. They remembered what they did. But was it enough? Had they truly changed?
Soft strings swell. Sometimes, before reconciliation comes, God allows a test, not for revenge, but for restoration. Joseph wasn't seeking to punish. He was waiting for proof that their hearts were new. Would his brothers return with Benjamin? Would Joseph reveal who he truly was? Find out in the next Tiny Bible Tale. Joseph reveals himself.